What's up guys, and welcome back to TechRage. My name's Rob, and today we're taking a look at the new Tobii Eye Tracker 4C. Now, I saw this when I was browsing around Amazon, and I sort of had to do a double take because I thought, really, can you really do gaming with eye tracking? A lot of gaming nowadays, you know, we're so dominated by having that millisecond delay on your mouse and keyboard. So how on earth can you play games with your eye tracking? The LEDs just fell down. So here we go, the eye tracker and the box. The box has got a nice sleeve that wraps around it. Now, a few little things about Tobii themselves. They've actually worked alongside the likes of Asus, with sort of Asus monitors and their laptop series, Alienware and also MSI. So they're working with these big brand companies at the moment, you know, and they're doing a really good job of it. So, you know, they've invested a lot of time and effort into this product, and this is where they are at the moment on the gaming side. Now, you've got this eye tracker that's probably about a foot long and obviously an attached USB cable. So all you've got to do is just plug it in and you're pretty much good to go after you download all of the Tobii sort of hub software and game software and everything else. Now, the good thing about this is when you place it onto your monitor or underneath your monitor or wherever you're going to put this, obviously it needs to be close to the screen. It doesn't stand out too much. It's not sort of in your face gaming peripherals, sort of like we're used to. So, like I said, plug it into an available USB, whether that's directly into the PC, or in my case, I actually did it through the USB pass-through on my Corsair keyboard. And because I'm not going to be keeping this unit, I didn't attach it to the monitor at the time, but I just managed to put it below, and it seemed to pick up the tracking of my eyes really well there as well. So all in all, really easy to set up, and you're pretty much good to go from there. Once you've done that, make sure you navigate yourself to the Tobii website and download the software that you need. Alright, so I'm here after doing the initial setup, and I've got the bar here underneath the screen. I've not attached it or anything like that, and I went through the installation process of the Tobii software, and it asks you to calibrate your eyes and everything else, and you go through this little test where you follow the on-screen instructions, and I'm actually really hyped about this. I'll show you exactly what's going on now, but literally as I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the screen here now, and as I look to the right, it will highlight to the right. Look to the left, it goes left, and literally left, right, left, right, left, right. And I'm not moving my head at all. It just literally tracks my eye movement. So if I want to go down to here, I've got to look down to there, then look to the right, look up, left, right, and it tracks it really well. Now this is obviously Tobii's built-in software, so this isn't a game as such, but just even navigating around this feels really surreal. It's definitely impressive how it tracks your eyes. And I've got the main lights in this room actually turned off as well, so it's actually a little bit dark in here, so I thought it might struggle, but I can just see like the little red lights inside the Tobii eye tracker there, and obviously that must be some sort of infrared for it to be able to get more clarity on my eyes at all times. So what I'm going to do is try and download some games, and we'll see how well it is with a full-on, fully fledged game, and see what happens then. Right, so I've got Ghost Recon at Wildlands here. I got this through with my 1080 Ti, and it's got the Tobii eye tracking support. Now you don't need to install anything at all. It all comes sort of pre-installed into the game as well. So it's definitely got a few features sort of built in. So we're going to go through that, do a little bit of gameplay, and then see how we get on. Right, so if you go into options here, and then scroll right to the bottom, you can see here you've got Tobii eye tracking. And you basically just got a few settings. Have a quick look. So obviously it's enabled straight away. Obviously it knows it's plugged in, it's probably detected your eyes, so it knows you're ready to use it. Aim at gaze, clean UI, dynamic HDR. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all these settings as they are. Head tracking sensitivity, so it can do both your eyes and your head tracking as well. Order wheel integration, use head calibration, use head tracking. Okay, so as I look around, if I look to my right, it will look down to the right. Oh, it's really weird. So okay, I stand still, I've got my hands off the keyboard and the mouse and everything. So if I look to my left, it looks left. If I look to my right, it looks right. Up, down. Up and down doesn't really work. It's mainly just left and right. And you sort of have to use your eyes along with it. I had my hand in front of the eye tracker then, that's why. Yeah, so like, yeah, wow, it's crazy. So I've literally not got my hand on the mouse or anything. So you can just look around. It feels, oh, there we go. It feels quite natural. Let's do zoom. So you can see, so my hands are here. And as I move my head around, and so if I keep my head still, and still move my eyes around the screen, it still slightly moves it, but mainly with the head movement, you know, you can really see what's going on. So you're driving along, just look to the right, see what's there without touching the mouse. Let's give you a demonstration. So drive a straight line, looking to the right, there you go. So it's really pretty clever. Alright, so hopefully that gives you a good idea of sort of how, when you're moving your head around, it interacts with the game as well, and it actually works really well. This game in particular is not so much on the focus on the eye tracking, but more the head movements, just so you can get a more natural feel when you're looking around the game, and it actually works really well. So let's dive into another game and see what the difference is between the two. So here we go, so this is Soma. Now, I noticed between the different games, there was sort of like a different level between sort of your head tracking and the eye tracking. Now with Soma, it was sort of a 50-50 split between the two, but when I was playing like Wildlands earlier, I'd say it was like a 90% on the head tracking over the eye tracking. Also, this is Dying Light, which I played, which I would say is 60% of the eye tracking and 40% on the head. And Farming Simulator, I'd probably just say it's 100% on the head tracking, really. Just when you're looking around, it's really sensitive, so just be careful with all those settings, and you can probably adjust them in each game. And each game, when you do go into the options panel, the Tobii eye tracking was there straight away. You didn't need to sort of search around for it, which was really obviously there. So have a little play and sort of go from there, really. It's pretty straightforward, and I think it's the same options in pretty much all of the games. Polybar, maybe Farm Simulator seems to have a few less, or it's just laid out a touch differently. But overall, over the 4 games that I did play, I had a really good experience. Alright, so overall, what did I think of the Tobii eye tracker? Well, on a few of the games, it kind of made me feel a little bit sick. I think it's a case of just getting used to the motion. It's more of a motion sickness that you might get when you first start using VR. But I think the more that you use this, the more you can sort of appreciate what it's trying to do. Now, my favourite was when I was playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I really did feel more immersed into the game. You know, it really did feel more natural looking around, and I didn't feel sick when I was playing that at all either. Now, I can see where they're going with this technology, and they really have advanced it over the years, and they've actually got the eye tracking technology sort of covering commercial bases on things and everything else. So it's not just a one-trick pony as such. And obviously they've integrated it into other systems, like I said, like monitors and laptops and everything else. So you can appreciate having this built into certain systems. Obviously I've got the dedicated sort of separate unit, which you can add on to any monitor you already have. But overall, I had a good experience with the Tobii eye tracker. It's great to see all of the implementation into the games already. They've obviously worked alongside a lot of these developers already. So yeah, big thumbs up for the eye tracker. So I hope that was a bit more informative. If you're thinking about getting one of these eye trackers, let me know if you've got one in the comments below. I'd love to hear what your experience is with it, whether you can get on with it, any sort of tips and tricks or advice maybe on certain games on how to get that sort of perfect sweet spot so that it really does feel a bit more immersive and could probably benefit you perhaps in some of the games. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.